Hey everyone, welcome back to Tales Over Wine, where we sip on something nice and dive deep into true stories that will leave you questioning everything. Tonight, we're looking at one of the most chilling and puzzling disappearances of the last couple of decades, the Jamison family. Trust me, the twists and strange details in this case will keep you up at night, so grab your drink, settle in, and let's get into it. All right, here's the backstory. It's October 8th, 2009. The Jamison family, Bobby, Sherilyn, and their 6-year-old daughter, Madison, are driving into the remote wilderness of southeastern Oklahoma to check out a 40-acre plot of land they were thinking of buying. They had been planning to live off the grid, away from the hustle of modern life, but what should have been a quick trip turns into a nightmare because that's the last time anyone sees them alive. Their truck is found just a few days later, abandoned on a dirt road in the mountains. Inside, police find the family's wallets, IDs, cell phones, and get this, $32,000 in cash. Now, I don't know about you, but that's a lot of cash to be carrying around in the middle of nowhere. As if that's not strange enough, their family dog, Maisie, is found in the truck, barely clinging to life after being left alone for days, but there's no sign of the Jamisons. Naturally, the search begins. Authorities launch a massive investigation. Search teams comb the woods, helicopters fly overhead, but despite their best efforts, they find nothing. No footprints, no signs of struggle, no trace of Bobby, Sherilyn, or Madison. They seem to have vanished into thin air, leaving everyone with more questions than answers. Now, this is where things start getting even weirder. 4 years later, 4 years, hunters stumble across skeletal remains just 3 miles from where the family's truck had been found. It's confirmed to be the bodies of Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madison, but even with the discovery of their remains, the mystery only deepens. The remains were so badly decomposed that medical examiners couldn't determine a cause of death. Were they murdered? Did they die from exposure or starvation? No one knows for sure, and the autopsies provide no clear answers. All right, let's get into the theories because there are a lot of them. The first and probably the most popular is that the Jamisons were involved in drugs, specifically meth. After all, they were living in an area known for drug activity, and that $32,000 in cash. A lot of people think it was drug money. Friends and family even reported that Bobby and Sherilyn had been acting strangely in the weeks leading up to their disappearance, like paranoid and on edge. But despite the rumors, there was no evidence of drugs found in their truck or home, and no proof that they were involved in any drug deals. Another theory floating around is that the family got tangled up with a religious cult. This comes from Sherilyn's mother, who believes a local cult had targeted the family and may have been responsible for their death. She even claimed the family had received threats from the cult, though nothing was ever officially confirmed by investigators. But considering how isolated and secretive the area was, this theory still lingers. And then we've got the creepy security footage from the Jamisons' home. This footage shows Bobby and Sherilyn packing their truck on the day they disappeared, but here's the thing, it's super unsettling. The video shows them walking back and forth from their house to the truck in complete silence, barely acknowledging each other. They're moving almost robotically, like they're in a trance. No talking, no interaction, just this eerie, repetitive motion. Some people think it looks like they were drugged, while others think they were dealing with something supernatural. Either way, it's one of the strangest pieces of evidence in this case. Speaking of strange, there's also Sherilyn's graffiti. In the family's home, investigators found odd messages written on the walls. One of them said, "Witches didn't like it when their cats were killed," which, let's be honest, is just downright creepy. It adds fuel to the cult theory and has people wondering if Sherilyn was involved in something darker than anyone knew. Now, let's talk about their mental state. Both Bobby and Sherilyn had their share of struggles. Bobby had suffered from chronic back pain after a car accident, and he'd become increasingly withdrawn in the months before the family disappeared. Sherilyn had a history of depression, and some reports suggested she had bipolar disorder. In fact, the family was apparently planning to live in a storage container on their new land as part of their off-grid dream. Some believe that mental health issues may have played a role in their disappearance, either leading to a tragic accident or even something more deliberate like a murder-suicide, but again, no evidence has ever backed this up. Then there's the possibility of foul play. Could the Jamisons have crossed the wrong person? Maybe someone led them into the woods with malicious intent? The location of their bodies raises questions. How were they not found sooner when search teams had combed that same area? It makes you wonder, were the bodies moved there later, or were they simply missed for years? But wait, it gets stranger. Bobby had recently accused his own father of making death threats. According to Bobby, his father had ties to the Mexican mafia, and there was bad blood between them. Some people believe Bobby's father might have had something to do with the family's disappearance, but here's the catch. Bobby's father died just 2 months after the Jamisons vanished, and there's no concrete evidence linking him to the case. The truth is, every piece of evidence leads to more questions than answers. Was it drugs, a cult, mental health struggles, or something even darker that no one has been able to piece together? We may never know. What we do know is that the Jamison family went into the woods searching for a new life and never came out. So what do you think happened? Do you lean towards foul play, or do you think there's a more innocent explanation? Let me know your theories in the comments, because this case is still driving people mad with all its unanswered questions. Thanks for tuning in to Tales Over Wine. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more true stories and unsolved mysteries. Until next time, keep sipping, stay curious, and let's keep searching for the truth behind the strangest cases out there.